Chief's making me laugh here because he likes to sit with his bum up on the raised area there, as you see. Well, he's been slowly sliding back, so that now he's quite far back in the thing. Now he's not going to fall overboard because of the netting behind him, and he's got the part of the bimini struts behind him. But it's kind of funny. He doesn't seem to be terribly worried about that. He's slowly slipping backwards over the edge. Anyway, he makes me laugh. We're at this gorgeous spot here, just the first labeled anchorage north of St. Augustine, and it's just basically a big marsh. Little burning going on over there, but it's just a big marsh, and quite beautiful and peaceful. I've got my anchor ball up for the first time there, as you see, because I don't want anyone to think that I took the wrong channel here and got myself stuck or something like that, because there's a bit of an oxbow here, and which was the original, could have been the original channel, or maybe it actually is just a natural part of the river. Anyway, as you can see, quite beautiful, although it's not great for walking dogs ashore, but there are some sandbanks around we should be able to get the dogs to. And we're here anchored beside the Intercoastal Waterway, and we can watch the boats as they go by, and watch as our dogs... Ah, there, he could do it. I knew he could. It's a dolphin jumping.
Coastal waters at Mayport. Wind east at 11 knots. River temperature at the jetty 78 degrees. Air temperature 78. Armadillos Beach. Wind southeast at 6. Surf temperature 78. Air temperature 78. The St. Augustine buoy. Wind east at 14. Sea temperature 77. Air temperature 78. Seas 4 feet. Wave period 5 seconds. 12 from...
Wow, that was interesting. Just happened to notice that dolphin jumping. There he is. Dolphin, guys, dolphin.
Augustine Beach, wind east at 9 knots, air temperature 76 degrees. Rays Reef buoy, wind southeast at 10, sea temperature 74, air temperature 74, seas 3 feet, wave period 5 seconds, 12 from the east. Coastal waters forecast for Altamont Sound to Flagler Beach at 20 nautical miles. Rest of the day.
Wow.
Southeast winds 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Inland waters a moderate shock. Isolated showers. Tonight through Thursday night. East to southeast winds 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet.
Slapping the surface.
Shock. Isolated showers. Friday through Saturday. East to southeast winds 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Inland waters a moderate shock. Isolated showers and thunderstorms. Saturday night and Sunday, east to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Inland waters light shock. Isolated showers and thunderstorms.
Leaping around and then slapping the water with its tail.
South to Flagler Beach at 20 to 60 nautical miles. Rest of the day, east to southeast winds 15 knots.
Oh, that was really interesting.
Isolated showers.
Seems to have stopped now.
Through Thursday night, east to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots.
And here Prince Diamond's going to cross the St. John's River. Going behind Venus. It gets out of the way. Crossing the river and going up a creek. Well, look at that current, eh? Well, what's so thrilling about that current is that I docked Prince Diamond with that running past the boat, past the dock. I tried about 3 different ways of getting into this little channel. You see, there's the main channel that I was traveling on, heading from south to north, up that way. And there's this little side branch. And the bridge tender was noting that I had a couple of dogs on board, and he was asking me jokingly about giving them a lot of food. And I said the hardest thing was finding a place to get them ashore at night. So after a few minutes he came back to me after I went through the bridge and he suggested that there's a place here, a dock, where people are allowed to stay up to 72 hours. No charge. So that was a pretty good deal to me, a way of getting the dogs ashore. And not involving dinghies or anything like that. So yes, I went for it. Tried about 3 times to get in here. Very difficult. The last time was the most successful. Only I got too close to the sign down there as I was rounding it on the right hand side there and went aground. So I had the motor off, being helped by the full power of the forward throttle and plus the current coming out of here. So I got off without any trouble. And the next time I tried to get back in the same sort of way. I couldn't get organized and oriented properly. So eventually I just drove in this little inlet here, and then got up just a little bit farther, about 30-40 feet farther, where it starts to get shallow, and then made a U-turn, so to speak. Actually, it was kind of like a 3-point turn, and I thought I was going to have to go forward again to make the 3 points, but I didn't have to, and was able just to shimmy the boat up alongside the dock here, delicately juggling the wheel back and forth until we just came and snuggled up against it, and leaving the engine in reverse, jumped out and got the lines on as quickly as I could. I'd got the lines prepared out there in the main channel before I got in here. So that was my exciting story of the day. The dogs also had a long walk along a highway and back earlier today because I didn't think I was going to find this place. Okay, dogs, you want to come ashore now? Okay. All right. I'll have to call us twice. All right. Okay. Okay. There you go. All right. That's a great idea. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, we'll go for a walk pretty soon. Yeah. That's what dogs like. Now the dogs are definitely having a different kind of life now, full of excitement, and imagine this wandering around with the sound of cicadas and watching the little geckos run across the path and all the tropical plants and everything around them. They've never seen anything like this. Palm trees and all kinds of stuff. And this is a little Mexican restaurant here in Fernandina on, is it Amelia Island? Anyway, it's a very cute little place, enjoyable little town. And we've come out for a walk to explore the place. Dogs are drinking water out of this wine-like tumbler. It's got ice cubes in it and lemon. Chief? Water, water, Chief. Go ahead, water, water. Water, water, buddy. Come on. Don't let me down. This is your big time. This is your big chance. Chance for the big time. Your name in lights. Amber lights it. Try it, buddy. Water. Try it. Try it. Give it a try. There you are. Tasty, eh? Amber says that's tasty. That's tasty. June 1st. On the Cumberland River. We're now in Georgia. And check this out. Look, sand. A sand beach. Dogs taking peas. An old shipwreck. And above us here, a beautiful pine forest. Still some sense of tropicality here, where you've got some of these tropical type palmetto bushes or whatever they are. Well, this is very cool. It's one of the nicest spots we've seen to come ashore. I just happened to notice it as we're coming along here. This is a Little Cumberland Island, like I say, on the Cumberland River. Just south of Jekyll Island, I believe. We're not quite to Jekyll Island yet. So anyway, come here. We're going to stay here for the night because this looks like it gives a good possibility for dogs. And I should tie that dinghy up. We're in tidal areas now. It smells like a pine forest, just like as if I was in Ontario. Just gorgeous. There's a path of some sort here. There's a marker back there for the Park Service, so this is, I think, a path in the park, in somebody's park. Oh, there's even a more major trail coming up here. You see the Spanish moss hanging off everything. This is the fun of exploring. You never know what you're going to find. Hey, hey, hey! Chief! No. The armadillos. Get away from them. Chief? Get away from those armadillos. Don't want any wildlife disturbed. Hey! 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 Come here. Come here, get away from them. This way, Amber. 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 Fortunately, they weren't too thrilled with armadillos. Those are the first wild armadillos I've ever seen. Come on, let's go over this way. Looks like horses come along here.
New message from Carol.
Well, we're just getting ready to go home. Sorry, to go onto the shore for a second walk. And look what I found here from the boat before we leave. Wild horse. And there's another one over here. Right where we docked the boat before. There's wild horses. And that explains perhaps what Chief was chasing in the forest. It was a young horse. That's my guess. It had exactly that brown color. They finally were able to look in the right direction I was showing them from the boat, and yeah, can you imagine the excitement? I'm gonna have to keep control of them, so I gotta put my camera away. Wait here. Well, that's curious. It's about 10 feet, 8 feet. Wow. He's just curious. Really curious. And I'm not sure what their offensive capability is, so I wasn't going to let him get too close without me backing up. Well, we don't want to bother the poor guy. We'll continue our walk. Let's continue our walk. Wow, that was incredible. Another wild customer I saw just at the last minute and jerked the dogs back. Lying right across the road. All along the road here are these cages, these open cages on the side of the road. Some made of metal and other ones made of wood with large slats. I have no idea what they're for. June 3rd, still going north. It's a hot, hot day. Other people are out working. Just taking a tour, are you, little bud? So today is the 5th of June, and dogs and I are going for a bit of a walk. We're here at Isle of Hope, Georgia. It was a stop that we weren't really planning on making, but Amber's infection is such that want to make sure that it's under control, and actually it wasn't. So I got some more medication for her, and so we pulled into a marina here, Isle of Hope Marina, where they had a courtesy car. Took the courtesy car to a PetSmart clinic at the PetSmart, local PetSmart store, and There, a doctor saw us. Amber had x-rays and blood tests and an exam, and everything was done within an hour. We're in and out. Pretty amazing. But I've been going like crazy since I arrived at this place yesterday. And now we're going to walk over to Wormsloe Historic Site. Now, I'm 99% sure this is a place that was being described in my guidebook as being one of the original homes in this area. I mean, really original, when there was nobody else except the Indians who lived here. And it's a fortified home, and the last time I saw a fortified home was in Croatia, so that's going to be very interesting. So we'll go check that out. Kind of a rainy, dismal day here, but it's going to be like that for days, so we're just going to enjoy the day anyway. Even though the dogs don't like the thunder, I'm sure we're going to get some thunder today. Now that's a beautiful sight. Live oaks with a Spanish moss. This Wormsloe estate is the original home in the area, and there's ruins of the fortified original building up ahead, along with a museum and the mansion, which is still being lived in by the original family. The descendants of the original family. If you can believe that, it's incredible. This family has been here on this property for hundreds of years. And fortified home means that it was built back in a time when there wasn't even a village or enough people to defend themselves as a group, and so each family had to defend itself. So the house was built with a stockade around it of some sort. I haven't seen it yet. The present owner of this property is named Noble Jones, which is a great name. And so we'll take a look at the property, what it has to do, what it consists of. And once we get to the end of this mile-long driveway with the beautiful live oaks over top of us. But it's a good walk for the dogs, and it hasn't started raining yet, so that's good. Well, these are the ruins of what they call the Tabby House, the original fortified home and grounds of Noble Jones. I guess we might call him Noble Jones the Senior, the original. In the 1730s, a group of English philanthropists brought almost 40 families of poor Londoners into this area in order to begin what would eventually become the town of Savannah. And of all those families, only one family managed to stick it out and stay and thrive. And that was the family of Noble Jones. He became a general person that did everything, you know, including, he was a doctor and a surveyor and just about anything that was necessary, since everybody else fled or died off. So anyway, during his stay in this area, he built this property in the vicinity of Isle of Hope. And this has become the oldest continuously lived in home and land, private property in Georgia. The present house of the present Noble Jones is just barely visible as a hint behind the live oaks. It's not part of the grounds for viewing by the public.